Okay, great. And Patrick's going to do an ML walkthrough. Take it away, please, Patrick.
Yes, so let me share my screen. So not too long ago, I had this ticket about group level templates. I don't know if you guys know what group level templates are, but it's, wait, let me place it like that. Put it there. There you go. But this is, I don't think we have one in production. Do I? Let me check in my local. Firefox developer edition. But basically, it's when you pick a project as a template for other projects. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I switched branched a lot lately, so it's normal. It's not working. But it's when you picked a project as a template for another project, basically. And how it works is that it basically, if you pick any project in the application as a group level template, you can actually check the. Here you have like some information on how to set up. There is a doc for that. So if you choose any repository of yours as a group level template, what it does is actually just exporting the template, the repository locally, and re-import it into, and re-import it into whatever group or whatever, wherever you want it to your project to be. It works actually the same as a fork inside the application. So a fork does exactly the same. So what it does is it exports repository and it re-import it without showing it to the user, let's say. So how you can, so I had some of these points of the settings of a project settings to add into the project template, because clients were exporting templates, but they didn't wanted to copy over all their settings. And there were way more than just these settings in the original scope of the ticket, but we reduced it. Yeah, so how can you add stuff? So the main thing you need to do for this to make this work is actually working inside of the import export YAML file. So this file, and add some stuff or remove some stuff if you want to remove some stuff. So yeah, I added the options that were missing, like only allow merge requests to be merged if the pipeline is succeeded. This one I guess I can show somewhere. Do I have access to the? No, I don't have access to that. But yeah, it's the settings to only allow a merge request when the pipeline has succeeded. Well, that's this one. It was not here before. Or was it? Yeah, it was, but it was a method. So it was already there, but it was a method. So, oh, Sean has a question.
Sorry, I can wait, Patrick, but I was just wondering, is there any documentation on what those YAML settings do, or do you have to read the code?
Oof, I don't know actually, but I can look it up.
Okay, thank you.
Supporting repository GitLab.
if there is documentation, that it's probably developers documentation, because this YAML file is not like user facing that every user should edit. It's more like for developer usage, something like that, like a settings, internal settings inside of the application.
Yeah, exactly. So we got.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you don't. It was not interrupting. Yeah, migrating projects using file export, but yeah, that's not it. I think that's not gonna be it neither. I don't think there is a documentation about this file, to be honest. But the
I
way,
don't think there is either.
yeah. But the way it works is just that you take whatever, like you, let's just check the file, the full file. So as you can see, you have like, it's a YAML file with a lot of levels and trees. So you have projects here. That's actually the tree. So inside the tree, you have the project, which is kind of the root. Our project has labels. Labels has properties. So that's how you, let's say, set up the associations. So in the export file, they can all be linked with each other. Do I have like another easy? Yeah, so like project has issues has events, events has push, events payload, which are all like associations. It's not fields or anything that is that should be copied over yet. And then here under, so after the tree section, you have the included attributes, and that's where you actually put the fields. So user, we just want the ID, the public email, and the username. For projects, yeah, so this one, we have all of this, of course. This is the one we were talking about. So allow merge request on skipped pipeline. This one was not in neither, so I had to add it too. And this one, I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, so for this one, the interesting thing is that it's actually not an attribute of the project, but it's an attribute of the project settings. And the project is just delegated to the project. So it means it's a method that points to the project settings. So the developer can think it belongs to the project, but it's not. And you can set it up by actually adding the field to the methods here, since it's not a native field of the project. What else was interesting in there? For this one, it was pretty easy. So, oh yeah, project CID is okay. Then came the difficult stuff that I'm still actually working on. Let me check my issues. Gonna be there somewhere. Let's take this one. Oh no, this one is. I need to close this one actually. Yeah, let's take, for instance, this one. Oh, okay, it's still related to the same project, but it has normally, okay, yeah. So group level. So here we didn't have the settings for everything that was related to webhooks, and it was asked by the clients to have those. But the trick was that we couldn't do it directly with the import export file, because there was a lot of sensitive data and encrypted data into the project settings class, into the webhook class. So we could not just copy it over by just showing into the import export files, just the data like that, and because it could like cause all kinds of problems, and people could like export the project, copy whatever they want in the webhooks, and for instance get the data. Like every time somebody push, they could get the data of the push into a webhook they have set it up or something like that. So it was pretty dangerous. So what we did is, let me open the MR. So yeah, exporting works with the file, and importing, so it takes all the information of the file and it uses restorers and savers to build the project back up. So restorers just build an instance without saving it, and the savers saves the instance like in the right order. So what we did is I created some restorers here for everything that just needed to happen for the custom templates, because this didn't need to happen for the import export, normal import export, or for the forks, but just for the custom templates. So I created this restore that just basically checks if the import is a custom template import. Where do I check this? This somewhere over here. And here I have a project hook restore, which is the webhooks in the settings. And what I do is just here go through all the hooks that the source projects has. And I just copy them over like this here. So I copy all the files first, all the fields first. I copy the target project ID, so the project that is copied over, and then I nullified all those encrypted fields, because if I didn't nullify them, it would have had the same value as the project hook we tried to copy over, and this would be a security issue too. And then I just set them up like that, and there we go. So it's safe security wise to do it like that. And is there another one that was kind of interesting? Yeah, but so sometimes you need just to work in the file. Sometimes you need to make a new restore if like there is sensitive data involved. And sometimes you need to work in the wait, let me find the approval rules. That must be the one. Yep. A big MR2, as you can see, like it was huge relation factory. Yeah, so sometimes you need to work in the relation factories, because like here, like I needed to copy over the protected branches. I needed to actually copy over the reference of a protected branch. And an ID was not good enough, because the ID of the protected branch of the previous of the of the project we are copying over is not gonna be the ID of the protected branch of the new repository. So I needed to use the branch name for that. So if we check the YAML file, here it is. So in the methods of the approval project rules protected branches, it's a long name. It's a mouthful. I've put the method branch name. So it would show up in the exported file. And then with this branch name, I need to find the ID. So that's what I did then here in the relationship factory. Let's check the file. The comments will be easier. So yeah, in the relationship, yeah, so I take the branch name. I try to find the protected branch. And normally it should be there because it goes through the file from top to bottom. So if our relation is at the top, it should handle this relation first and create all this relation, restore it and save it like first. So here I was pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that the protected branch would be here. I find it by the name that I found that I copied over from the file. And then I can set it up as the reference of the protected branch approval protected branch. This one, the joint file, the joint table. So sometimes you need to work on this one, like by creating yeah, in setup models, you create when it hits that model of the tree, set it up like this, and it will do whatever you instructed in that method. So, and in my case, it was the branch name and finding the ID and stuff like that. So that would be it for me.
Well, that was pretty awesome. Thank you, Patrick. What a tour. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
So yeah, comment from my side. I saw this like import export file and I think I edited it a couple of times. But to be honest, I don't have like a knowledge about how exactly it works. Like I just like added some like new fields to that. But I think it might be a good question for the import group team, because I feel that we might be missing, like when we create a new field, let's say in a database, I usually forget about adding it to this file, and it might affect actually that we don't have this kind of synchronization tool. So when you make this change, it makes sure that you updated this file as well. I feel that this one is kind of missing.
Yeah, that's true. Because even like, by the way, Sean, we made the mistake of not closing the original issue. So people are still trying to add like points like in the settings that are missing from the import file. Because yeah, new ones are coming and they are not added. Like we never think of adding them into the file, and then people are like, yeah, this is not added to the file, this is not added to the file. So you have a point, like we actually might need this synchronization tool.
Something else that you could do as well, and Vasily, I'm going to ask because I don't know. Is there a particular merge request template that gets used whenever new items are added? Because if yes, you could add a line to that particular form and say, hey, you need to go add this to this file.
Don't you get a Robocop warning if you haven't added something to the template file?
No, there is no warning.
Okay. Like if you add a column to a table, I thought there was a warning somewhere. But maybe I'm
No, there is. I don't think there is. But I haven't added columns into the database yet, so I actually wouldn't know.
I think we have some static analysis for some other things, but I don't remember which one. I guess it's something like all models file or something like this. But
Oh, yeah.
the different from this file is that, as Patrick mentioned, that sometimes the data is sensitive, so you can't just add everything there. So it's like should be customized, and yeah, but yeah, some static analysis might be useful for this one. I agree.
There is actually some static analysis already, but they don't add like fields automatically. You need to add them like when it works more like when you add a new field into the export file, it checks if the field is also in the fixture and like if the text is the tests are gonna work properly and are gonna catch all the fields that are in the import export file, but it doesn't, yeah, it's static, so it doesn't do it automatically with new fields, from what I understood.
Patrick, thank you very much. That was a great talk. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to stop record. I just want to mention though that so the next week is Gavin is presenting. So yeah, and as always, you know, it can be anything you're working on. It can also be something that's not even actually merged, and always if there's ever too many things going on, we can skip. So thanks a lot, Patrick. That was really awesome.
Thank you.
So we're